Hello, Unlimited friends. Today I am responding to a question from Ahmad on one of my groups. And the question is, I need a clarification. Let's say I sense someone, potential person to date, in brackets. We've been interacting for a while, brackets closed, has another person in his life. I sense that, and a few days later, I find out that I was right. Now, my question is, was that intuition or did I manifest it? Oh, what an amazing question. I absolutely love the question. So, what is the difference here? First of all, I want to say to you that we manifest everything, we create it. So, your vibration, wherever it was, created a person who had another person in his life. So, I'm just going to become a little more specific because it'll be easier. So, let's say that you wanted a relationship. And let's also say that you had fears and doubts about trusting people. And let's say that you had attachment to the outcome. You meet this person and you think that, oh, they fit into this box of criteria that I've created. And so now you start looking forward to what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? What is that feeling? That, my dear, is attachment. Wanting a specific ending rather than just being lighthearted about it is attachment. So first of all, you had a wobble, then you had attachment. What do you think would come out of those places on the emotional scale? Something not wanted. So now that something not wanted manifests. And your question is, was it your intuition because you had a feeling that this was the case? Or was it manifestation? Well, there's no question about it. It was manifestation. But if you were having a feeling about it, that was your guidance telling you to stop thinking thoughts the way you're thinking. Because whatever it is that you were thinking, and let's say you were jumping ahead and planning a wedding, then that feeling in the pit of your stomach that says, no, I think there's someone else in his life, that feeling is telling you that you're not heading in the right direction. And that is the most important thing. It is always intuition. Our guidance system is all about intuition. When you don't feel good about something, that is your intuition. Sometimes you're able to translate that intuition into words. That's exactly what Esther does, or what I do. We take that download that comes in our heads and we translate it into words. And so in this case, you translated it into words. When you translate it into a vision, something that you can see, or words like a thought that, is specific, and then what you're doing is basically you're taking that intuition, that guidance that is already there, coming from your place on the emotional scale, and you are now taking it up a notch, refining it, fine-tuning it, and when you do that, it gets called intuition. But intuition is happening all day, every day, because that is what your guidance is. That is exactly what the emotional scale is for. So when you feel uncertain, hesitant, that means that your energy is not lined up. It doesn't mean that this person is not right for you. What it means is you haven't reached that place of vibrational alignment which would make this person right for you, or any other person. Doesn't just have to be this person. So that's the other thing to remember and understand. So when you're lighthearted about it, you don't have attachment. When you're lighthearted about it, you're not scared of what's going to happen next. When you're lighthearted about it, you don't plan the wedding. You don't have attachment. And when you don't have attachment, what happens is if this person is not good for you, they fizzle away on their own. Because somebody who is not on the same vibration with you is not going to meet you. If, let's say in this case, this person has someone else to whom they have made a commitment, well, if they're cheating on that commitment, or if they have someone and they have been thinking about this other person and they've been enjoying this person's company and it's more than just a friendship, when they talk to you, where do you think they are on the emotional scale? See? Now the answer to this is very interesting, because if they were high up on the emotional scale, there would be no doubt in their mind and they would put an end to that other relationship right away. They wouldn't think about it, because they'd see you and they would say, yes, this is it. This is what I've been looking for all my life. But if they're kind of sort of in it and kind of sort of not in it, that means that they too have a wobble. They are not sure. Why are they not sure? Because they're not sure, because they're not high up on the emotional scale. Because when you are high up on the emotional scale, you're sure. And you, my dear, are not high up on the emotional scale. When you get this feeling that there's someone else in this person's life, that means that you're not high up on the emotional scale. Because if you were high up on the emotional scale, you would never end up attracting someone who had something going on that was not on your list. Because the universe will absolutely give you what you want, unless you've got a vibration going on that prevents it from happening. So let me just maybe I'll pick up my board today, because I want to show you something. But I can't find a pen, so maybe board is not such a good idea. Okay, I'm basically looking for something that I can explain more details to you. All right, so now listen here. This is the midpoint of the emotional scale. This is the top of the emotional scale. This is the bottom of the emotional scale. If you're not sure, you're wonky, which means you're kind of either in the middle or the lower part of the emotional scale. That's what it means when you're not sure. Because when you're sure, it's like a hell yes. Oh yes, this is it. Let's go. Don't even need a wedding. Who cares? I know it. That's what being here is all about. And you see, that's the attitude to a relationship that you need to have is, okay, let's have fun together. It's not about planning the wedding. It's not about planning what is going to happen next, because that's not your job. Your job is just to have fun with what the universe has brought you today. So what I want to say to you is, if you're over here, then you're going to attract someone who corresponds to a wonky vibration. Your vibration's wonky. You attract someone with a wonky vibration. You're down here on the emotional scale somewhere, maybe where you're feeling anger towards the last relationship, or anger towards the world in general, anger towards your boss, anger towards your little brother. I don't know, just anger. Well, then you're going to attract someone who matches that vibration of anger, which means you're both at the same vibrational place. All that needs to happen is that you shift your vibration and go up the emotional scale. This person will disappear unless they also raise their vibration. Because if they raise their, because sometimes temporary things are happening in your life. They're not permanent, right? But in that temporary phase when you were really angry, you met someone, on the surface they seem like a pretty good match. However, there's stuff going on in there. You don't know their vibration yet. And if something appears that doesn't feel right, it's not right. So all you have to do is change your vibration. But if this thing that was happening with this person was just temporary, then they'll come up the emotional scale and meet you right here. And then when you meet each other over here, oh my God, the fireworks will be amazing. It's my promise to you. That's what this is all about. So all you ever need to do, don't go judging this person now. Because when you judge a person, what happens? When you judge someone, your vibration declines. It goes down the emotional scale. That's the opposite of what we want to do. We want to go up the emotional scale. So my answer, my very long answer to this amazing question is that our emotion and how we feel about anything is all about intuition. I remember Wayne Dyer saying that prayer was us talking to God, and our sixth sense was God talking to us. And that really is what this is, and that's what I want to explain to you, because that sixth sense is your guidance system, and it is absolutely and completely based on the emotional scale. And when you translate where you are on the emotional scale and the signal that the universe is sending to you, when you translate it visually or you translate it into words, into a sentence, then it is manifested thought, and that is what we call intuition. It's all one and the same thing. So again, thank you so much for this absolutely brilliant question. I enjoyed it. Bring on the question, folks, because I really love hearing from you. And I love coming up with the answers to your questions. Have a super fantastic day, and remember the rule. And the rule is, before you leave, you got to click that like button. You got to click subscribe. And you need to leave me a comment so that I know that you were here. Take care and be well. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.